Hi everybody, welcome to the Evaluating Variable Expressions tutorial. A number of my worksheets are just tutorials taken from CUDA software online. This one can be found in the algebra section under, I believe, like expressions or so, algebraic expressions. So if you're following along with my class, this is a great tutorial for you to get started. If you are just watching online, this is a great opportunity to brush up on some of your skills needed in algebra. So here I'm going to jump right into this, and one thing I know is that there's going to be some variables in here, and the other thing is that these are all expressions. These are not equations, so we won't be solving for the variable. So when we see directions that ask us to evaluate, here we go. If you see expressions that ask you to evaluate, normally they're going to give you what they want you to evaluate for, what they want you to substitute or plug in for the given variables. If you notice on this page, there are multiple different types of variables in each of the problems. So here's how we do that. This is actually quite easy. So let me grab a highlighter here. I like green. Cool. So here's the actual problem, and they're telling us two numbers that they want for us to plug in. So that's how we read that. Let me come over and set my pen. So we have n squared minus m. Well, the n that they're telling us is to use the number 8. So really I'm going to put in 8 squared instead of n squared. Okay, and so that is substituting for the given variable with the given number that they give us. So minus m, so instead of m, they want us to use the number 7. So I'm just going to put in the number 7. So here I actually have to know how to continue on with this problem. This is a order of operations problem here at this point. So 8 squared means 8 times its own self 8, 8 2 times. So that means 8 times 8, which is 64, minus 7. So that's still just minus 7. So this became, 8 squared became 64. Then I can just go ahead and do 64 minus 7, which gives me 57. If you're having a tough time with the math, just use a calculator. The best way is to use a calculator. Let the calculator do the work while you're getting used to it. You can practice basic math skills on the side, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Okay? Don't beat yourself up over it. So let's move on to number 2. So number 2 here, you don't have to get tripped up when you see a problem like this and you say, oh, I've got distributive property. Technically, you would have distributive property if they did not give you the numbers to substitute already. So if I rewrote this problem, actually, it would be 8 times, and they told me x is the number 5, minus, and y is the number 2. So although it looks like distributive property, again, going back to my order of operations, I'm going to do what's in parentheses first, okay? In distributive property, you couldn't combine what was in parentheses first. There was nothing combinable in our previous video. However, in this video, we can combine 5 minus 2. Those are both constant terms. They're just a number. So 5 minus 2 is 3, and the 8 is still there. So stuck together like that with parentheses on the side, that's 8 times 3 equals 24. So there's really nothing too hard about this worksheet here. You're just plugging in the numbers given so that you can evaluate the terms. So let's come down and see what else is on this sheet that you may need to look at. So moving down here, they all look pretty straightforward to me. Let's go ahead and work on number 11. That one has a few steps to it. And so I'll show you that one, and then I think you'll have all the skills needed to go and be very successful with this. So here we go. First thing I'm doing is I'm seeing I have a 10 minus x, so I'm going to put minus 5. oops, 10 minus 5, that's really messy, plus y. So for y, they gave me the number 2. So if you're following, what I'm doing is I put x, I substituted the number 5, and y, I substituted the number 2. Then it says divided by 2. Now that's a big mess right there, but I have a 10 minus 5, I have a 5 plus 2, and I have a 2 divided by 2. Those are 3 different options that I have to begin solving this problem. However, order of operations, again, will dictate I need to do this division first, because you're always going to do any multiply or divide that comes first before any add or subtract. So here, 2 divided by 2 is 1. All right. So I will bring down everything else. I still have 10 minus 5 over here, and then plus 1. So in order of operations, a lot of times people like to add first. This is one of the most common mistakes. Really, you're going to read this math problem from left to right, just like you would reading a paper or a book. 10 minus 5 is, whoa, 10 minus 5, that's pretty funny. I think my pen is stuck. Here we go. Right back where we were. 10 minus 5 is 5. And then we had there that 5 minus 1, which is 4. Sorry for that glitch here. I don't know. I'm still getting used to this pen. So otherwise, that's how you would solve that problem right there. Hopefully that's enough tutorial to get you started to complete the rest on your own. Try your best and good luck.